Your mom, did you bring this up to her?
Yeah, she hates him.
Why?
She hates everything I say. No, I'm joking. She's very...
It's a very Asian thing to say.
Well, again, she wants me to be a cookie cutter. Well, I came out to be a fucking dinosaur, right? So she hates everything I say because I'm so different. I don't do anything other people are doing.
Right, you challenge her
Right.
way of thinking.
Right. I'm not supposed to laugh. I should talk quietly. I should be more timid. Should be more submissive. Well, none of the box checks. So she hates me for who I am. And she thinks, well, at my age, everyone she knows has a kid. I should have a multiple. And I should have boys.
Where do you think this comes from?
Lucky Boys Podcast.
How's your peace level, Norm?
Oh, my
You
peace
just
level.
got a kid.
Oh.
I know. Congratulations.
I was just telling Natalie that, everything about my son is cute now. Like cute.
He's a gorgeous kid.
Cute.
Even Gabby did most of the heavy lifting on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I have to say it's like 50% genes,
It's cute.
Like,
it looks Filipino.
Gorgeous face,
He's a beautiful kid.
And no, I have to say, like, everything about parenthood right now, it's tough. It's long hours, but I mean, when I look at my son, it's like it's worth it. Even changing his diapers, like I look forward to that.
Did he pee on you yet?
He did pee not on me. When he started squirting, I was fast enough with my reflexes to cover it with his diaper. So, but everything from changing his diaper, even changing his his clothes, it just I don't want to miss any of it. Because he's growing so much. He's growing so fast. He's already he was born 7 pounds, but he's like 11, 12 pounds now. And he's like, he stretches across my
it's been
my
2
width
months
of my
already.
body. Yeah. So he's growing so fast, and I don't want to miss any of it. I'm so glad that I'm at home.
Now, does it feel like Christmas every morning? Like, do you run over to him in the morning? Like,
yeah.
I did that. Well, like, I felt like when I had my daughter, it felt like Christmas every morning. I was just so happy. I jumped out of bed, go straight to her, and I'll just watch her sleep. Or if she was awake playing in her crib, I'll just start playing with her. And it felt like Christmas every morning, man. It was just incredible.
And the amazing thing right now is, like, he doesn't cry when he wakes up. He's like speaking to me. He's like, eh. And I'm like, oh, I have to come get you. Good morning. Aww. It's a feeling that you can't describe unless you're an actual parent, and you're responsible for this little thing, like, for the next 18, 20 years.
Maybe even further, because I hear like a lot of millennials and Gen Zs move back in with their parents even at an older age. And I actually know a few of them where they're like 30 years old, either women and men, where they move back in with their family. Well, the parents.
It was save money, right? And
save money, or to continue a lifestyle where they don't have to work.
Well, that's not to be the case.
Because I do know some of them that work part-time or freelance, and they don't...
Well, they're working, so they're freelancing, probably pursuing something they love.
I know a couple that's just not doing shit, just playing video games, and the parents
that's
living
different.
a teenage life in their 30s.
They're smooching.
Yeah, and their parents let them, so...
Yeah. I mean, when I came out, I was freelancing too, but then I was staying home. But that helped me pursue my passions, my goals.
Now, Natalie, how do you feel about kids? Thumbs down, thumbs up?
I don't like kids.
You don't like kids?
I don't like kids. Again, that's something I actually want to talk about. I get very touched when I see people who are passionate about kids, because I think you should do something when you want to do something. Not do something because the society forces you to, or because you're a woman and you can or you have to.
Good point.
So I don't really know about this like country. I actually haven't talked to many women, like American women, about this subject. Where I come from, every woman, they don't have a choice. They have to have kids.
So they feel the pressure.
So in Asia and London,
there's
pressure for women to have
kids.
And I think in America, to an extent, I think that there are people, like, depending on the family or their environment, where they feel pressure to have children at a certain age. Otherwise, people will look at them like there's something wrong with them.
Right. And so where I come from, the sad thing is the couple don't even like kids. They have kids because they have to. And then they give the kids to the grandparents. So they see the kids maybe once a year, once every 5 years, because they use the excuse, well, we have to work. And now I look at you guys like you treasure every moment, where so many of these parents, they don't give a fuck. We call these the widow marriage.
I have a few friends from college. What's this Korean kid? I won't say his name, but they actually didn't see their kid unless they went to South Korea to go visit their parents and their kid. But their grandparents would raise the kid for the first 2 years in South Korea. And this happened with, it's weird. I don't think it's a Korean thing. I don't know if we have Korean listeners. Maybe you can tell me.
Well, my aunt, when my cousin was born, he spent his first year and a half in Canada with his grandparents. So it's I think it's a very common Asian thing where, okay, the parents have to work, and if there's no support system around them, they'll send the kids.
Yeah, daycare is expensive.
Yeah, they'll send the kids to
and
the
also the
grandparents.
first 2 years is tough. Like depends if you have a kid that's colic and cries a lot. Ooh, that's tough, man. Because you want to fix it as a parent. You want to fix it because that crying sound just drives you up a wall, and sometimes you don't know, like you change the diaper, it's fed, you burp, like you just like, what else, and it's just, have you gone through that yet?
Actually, I think I have the magic touch.
Oh, man.
Because every time I carry him, like we call his grandma Abuela because my wife's Dominican. So Abuela sometimes feeds him and changes him, but then he still cries. And then I just pick him up and he just stops crying. And I'm like, and then he just falls asleep. And I just put him down and he just falls asleep.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's happened multiple times. So I don't know if it's a magic touch or it's just because he smells like it's me, or
But you see how happy you are when you talk about your kids. You have this excitement on your face. But I know so many couples, they don't even want to talk about their kids. Like if you ask, hey, what does your kid like, or how old is your kid? He even knows how much weight his son is right now. Ask most of the parents in Asia, how old is their kid? The husband will tell you, I don't know. That's why we call this a widow marriage, because the wife is the only one who takes care of the family and the kid. The husband just goes wandering around.
No. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I heard where the wife will stay at home taking care of the family.
Yeah.
And the man in search of a job will go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then send money home. That's normal. Like that was the case for my grandparents. That was a similar situation where, because the opportunities wasn't there locally in the countryside, so they had to travel to find certain jobs.
It's more like they're in the same city, they live in the same house, and the husband goes out to work, right? When he comes home, he just plays video games, or he just
that's different.
or he just sits in the car.
He's a man boy.
Yeah. He sits in the car so he can avoid the baby, or he just give the kid to the parents because the parents are nearby, and and the parents can pay for diapers.
Oh man!
So
you're saying this is like a normal situation?
It's a very very normal situation. Normalized. It's like happening
like culturally over there.
Yes.
Like that?
So that's what I'm saying. Then why do you have kids?
You know what it is? They probably weren't ready, and to me, it sounds like they weren't ready, and maybe
they were forced.
Their parents kind of pushed them in that route.
Yeah.
They did it to please their parents, especially in Asian cultures. Like a lot of kids are mama's boys or whatnot, and they want to get the approval of their mom and dad, and so they'll do basically anything, even if it makes them unhappy. If it's not true to themselves, they'll want to please their parents.
Yeah, and I hate that. Why? Why can we not just be our individual human being? My mom says this to me every single day. Have a kid. I don't care who the father is. Have a kid. I'm gonna raise a kid for you. Just like send the kid to China. I was like,
I've heard that. One of my best girlfriends, like her mom is like, you just go get in vitro or do whatever. I just want a grandchild from you.
Why are they so obsessed with having?
I don't know. I don't get it myself.
That's bizarre.
They definitely have millions of dollars for the grandkid to like fucking inherit. That's the only explanation. Because they are bored. Again, because people are bored, they look for shit. They start up shit.
Do you think it's because they just want their family lineage to grow, or they feel like I'm trying to play devil's advocate here, and perhaps look at it from another point of view. Do they look at it as, I don't want the family's name to die with my kid?
What family name then? It's like, let me ask you this. Who cares about your fucking family name? We're already overpopulated. And another thing is,
but they don't look at it that way.
You see,
right?
and that's something I don't understand. And do you remember who Beethoven's kids are? Or like any famous people?
It's about passing on your legacy, though. Like,
exactly.
I think it's a innate trait within us, even in animals, right? It's to genetically pass down your genes.
Yeah.
To reproduce. It's just something that's within our natural instincts. Mm-hmm. So I think perhaps your mom or his friend's mom felt that way, where, okay, have more kids.
Again, because other people are doing it, so you should do it. Because everyone around you is doing it.
Yeah, it could be, it could be just an instinct combined with, hey, I don't want the family name to go down. Or perhaps they think that you would be happier one day being a mother or a father.
And
maybe they don't want you 50 and 60 years old and alone.
But the thing is, to me, I feel like men or women, they should do what they want to do and not forced to do something they're not ready to do.
Right, but it's like, I'm playing devil's advocate here, right? So let's just say I'm 15 years old. I want to hang out with my friends all night, not get any sleep. I want to hang out with the wrong crowd because they're cool, they're fun. There's a lot of girls around. When you're 15, you're thinking like that. And you're just worried about fun, fitting in, finding your crowd. But then maybe my parents are wiser at that age, going, you know what? That's not good for your health. That's not good for you mentally. You're going to hurt yourself hanging out with those kids. But I don't want to listen.
You're right.
And then maybe when I'm 25, I'm looking at it like, oh man, I wasted all those years. I could have been constructive. I should have worried more about my health. I could have spent that time working on this and focusing on money or learning about a certain thing, a certain field, perfecting my craft. I wasted all those years partying and basically hanging out with people that don't really care that much about me, and I'm not even that good friends with most of them to this day. I should have listened to mom and dad. So what if we're still kids, right? What if we're just still kids, but we're older? And maybe our parents, in a way, do know better, but they're just not communicating it because they already went down that road. They're just going, hey, if you drive that way, you avoid that road. It sucks. That road is really harsh to go through. It's tough terrain. So maybe mom and dad's telling us to go this way instead, because when you're 50 and 60, do you want to look back and go, I'm alone. I have no one. All my friends have kids. All my friends are you see pictures of my friends playing with kids and this and that. I'm 50, 60. I got nothing but my job. I don't really have a family anymore. My parents are old or may not be around anymore. You're alone. You don't have any family left. And would you go at 50 or 60, think back and go, damn, I should have had a kid?
Freeze your eggs. Hire a surrogate. There's adopt. There's always a way. If there's a will, there's a way. First thing, you have to expect something. Let's say you apply for a job. It's your dream job. You've been dreaming about for 20 years. The moment you get it, you're gonna be so excited. You're gonna put all your energy into it. Same with kids. If you expect a certain position, like if you want to be a dad for so many years, the moment you be it, you put your full attention and devotion into the kid. If there's a way, if there's a will, there's a way. I hate when people say, when you're 50, 60, once you want to be a mom, you cannot. Fuck that shit. It's 2021, there's always a way.
So you're saying kind of hedge your bets here and I guess freeze your eggs.
Yeah.
And when you're ready, then do it.
Because right now, when I think about...
So how does your parents feel? Or your mom, did you bring this up to her?
Yeah, she hates it.
Why?
She hates everything I say. No, I'm joking. She's very...
It's a very Asian thing to say.
Well, again, she wants me to be a cookie cutter. Well, I came out to be a fucking dinosaur. Right? So she hates everything I say because I'm so different. I don't do anything other people are doing.
Right, you challenge her
right.
way of thinking.
Right. I'm not supposed to laugh. I should talk quietly. I should be more timid. Should be more submissive. Well, none of the box checks. So she hates me for who I am. And she thinks, well, at my age, everyone she knows has a kid. I should have a multiple. And I should have boys. Yeah. We have a lot of fucking $1 million to inherit.
Where do you think this comes from your mom? Like, why do you think she refuses to understand and love you for who you are, or accept you for who you are?
It's a cultural thing. It's a complete cultural thing. Like,
but at this point, I mean, after all these years, she's not looking at like, all right, she's a grown woman.
No.
She's done well for herself. Like, why is she still harping on all of these other things, like trying to gain control of you in that sense?
It's a cultural thing because she thinks, why are you so different? Even to this day, she doesn't think I'm successful. She thinks I'm a total failure because I'm so different.
You don't think she'll ever change that point of view?
No.
But even though you're more successful than her friends' kids, she's not...
She thinks as long as I don't have a boy in my hand, I'm a failure.
Jeez. That's rough.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I don't think that's exclusive to just you. I think a lot of people that I know, women especially, and even some guys, if they don't have if they're not a parent, that their mom and dad looks at them like
you haven't completed.
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You haven't reached the pinnacle of life as they see fit, right?
But again, like, you know how people always say, we want our kids to be happy. Well, fucking lie, isn't it?
So your mom does say that, like, I just want you to be happy?
She says she wants me to be happy, but really, like, everything she says about me is like she has an image of a daughter she wants, which is not me. That's why she's not happy with me. And she doesn't want to accept me because I don't fit that image.
Do you have any siblings?
I don't, and that's another problem.
Oh, so that's why she's putting all that energy into you.
You see, that's another problem. And when you say I still carry all the negativity because I'm the only child. Even to this day, I want to prove to them, hey, you give birth to me, it was a right decision. I'm happy you did not get abortion. I'm trying so hard to prove that to her. She doesn't want to see it. She still says to me, I should have gotten an abortion.
Now, do you think if you showed that you didn't care about her approval, that she would begin to let off? Just playing with a little bit of psychology here.
Yeah.
Right?
Then she goes to all her friends, all her sisters, and have their friends come like criticizing me, and the sister come criticizing.
Whoa, that's so evil.
Wait, you talking about your auntie?
Yeah. No,
Wait, your aunt will criticize. She'll get other people to gang up to criticize you.
I'm not even the taxi drivers.
Wait, what? She has relationships with the taxi drivers?
Just like, so she complains to other people, and other people think I'm such an evil, and they just like, they call me, they say, oh my God, I just talked to your mom. How can you do this? How can you not have kids?
Having kids and the outlook and freezing your eyes, that's it. And I'm not pushing anything on you.
I know.
I think you would be a great mom.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I do believe it because I feel like
you have tremendous energy and you have so much talent in just the arts, and I feel like you could pass that down to your kid, and it's something that you guys bond over. You're also smart, and here's the key thing: you know what it's like to be mistreated.
Yeah.
And usually people that know what it's like, they're afraid to be like their mom in that situation. They're afraid to be like their fathers.
Yeah.
I speak to people with really terrible parents, or if their parents left them, and they got to meet them, and they're just horrible. And that's one of their biggest fears, is to be or have certain traits that their parents have. So they do everything to avoid it. So when they became parents of their own, they know what it's like they know what not to do. That's what's guiding them as a parent, because they know what not to do.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Lucky Boys Podcast.